All right. So, if any of you guys have ever watched um, any of Dennis de Blasio's videos, he would tell gig stories from now and then. And I just got off the phone with a buddy and reminded me of this story I told him. And I thought, why the heck not? I'll do something like this. So, um, this is a story of why my tenor saxophone, my Mark 6, is called the Sex Machine. And yes, you heard that right, the Sex Machine. Um, so I was playing with my band that I'm a part of, Uncle Morty's Rhythm Cream. It's like a funk R&B kind of yacht rock kind of stuff, like China Grove. What else? Heat Wave. Stuff like that. And trying to think of any other songs. Um, 25 or 624. That kind of stuff. Real fun stuff that makes the boomers dance. Um, but so we were doing a Christmas gig down in West Palm Beach, over kind of near Miami, and so we get there. We're doing this gig. There's like 10,000 people there. They're having a tree lighting ceremony. It's this like 150-foot tall tree that's made to look like a sandcastle. So it's on the beach. There's yachts everywhere, like McLarens, Ferraris, any like exotic supercars. Um, like money. It's that kind of area. It's on the beach. It's West Palm. So we're doing this gig, and there's like thousands of people in the crowd. It's probably easily like one of the biggest venues we've played. And we're playing our charts, and I'm on a relatively contemporary bright setup. I was playing a Theo Wane with Java Reds, something like that bright kind of punchy sound, and we're playing, and this chick in the audience is just being so loud. Oh my goodness, I love the saxophone player. You play your saxophone so good. Play it for me, and just bugging. And I don't really pay her much mind. But just to give you like the scene, she's about 5'11", built like muscular, um, with very she was very well endowed. We'll leave it at that, just to kind of not make it so uh, R rated, because it will get to that point. So let's kind of keep it PG-13 for now. Um, but we're playing, we're doing some Christmas tunes this Christmas. This Christmas, da 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 da, that kind of stuff. Um, Playing our usual set list. Um, Everybody's dancing, having a good time, and the trombone player, he elbows me while we're like in between songs. He's like, "Hey man, I think she's trying to get your attention." So I look over, and this woman is flexing her pectoral muscles. She is, that stuff. The stuff that Terry Crews can do. Um, and this woman was blessed by the Lord, in this department. So I'm taken aback, and she sees that, and she starts laughing. She's with another guy, and they're dancing, having a good time, um, and we get done with the gig. Keep in mind, it's nighttime, and I live 4.5 hours away, and so we're already going to be getting back late, and I'm packing my stuff up, and she comes over and she's like, "Hey, look, you play so amazing, like you sound so great. Uh, if I can get you for just like 5 minutes, I got $20 right here. Look, I'm not kidding. I got $20 right here." And she's like, "If I can just have you for 5 minutes, like, can you play like Purple Rain and like some Frank Sinatra?" I'm like, "Shit, $20 is $20. Let's rock and roll, lady." So we go up behind the stage. And the stage, it was one of those tractor trailer stages where like the walls come out, um, and the whole stage was a tractor trailer. So that's what we were playing on. There's the tractor trailer, and then there's room in the front and the back. Um, so we go behind that into like this courtyard area. There's a bunch of people walking around, and um, hold on, bass solo. Yeah, that's fine. Um, Sorry, I had to set the mood. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, tractor trailer. So we go behind this courtyard area. There's people walking around. We're in Clematis, if you know where that's at. For my Florida people, we're right there, like on the water. Um, so I start playing. I've got a pretty bright setup on, so it's got that contemporary sound, and this is where it kind of gets a little NSFW. This woman starts, like, she sits down on like some steps. And she's got the guy next to her, and the guy's touching all up on her and whatnot. And this woman starts like touching herself, man, like moaning and stuff, like crazy shit. Like she's really enjoying this. Uh, and yeah, so I'm looking over, okay. So I play some Purple Rain. I noodle over the chord changes and whatnot, and I stop, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, you are stellar! Like, can you play a little bit more for me?" And I'm like, "Shit, fine. Get my $20." I'm like, I'm just showboating at this point, man. So I play some "Fly Me to the Moon" and do it all, contemporary Kenny G like and whatnot. And she is still freaking, miffing it down there, man. And I finish up, and she comes up to me and she whispers in my ear, she said, "You made me come 20 times." And I'm like, my eyes are big as saucers, man. I'm like, that shit's freaking crazy. What's this woman doing? Um, so I get to talking with her, just like, all right, let's have a conversation. We're right here, man. We kind of passed that first step. So, let me turn that up a little bit. And so she's like, like, you see those 3 yachts out there? And I look out there, and there's 3 yachts on the water next to all the other yachts. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, those are ours. And I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Y'all got money. She's like, have you ever been on a yacht? And I'm like, no. And she's like, we can fix that. I'm like, okay. She's like, do you have a passport? And I'm like, no. She said, we can fix that too. We go to Greece, we go to Italy, we go all over the Mediterranean. We would love to have you on our yacht. You would have your own private quarters. We would pay you handsomely. Keep in mind, I'm a podunk, saxophone player from Gilchrist County up in North Florida, man. I don't know nothing about that. So I keep talking to her. I'm like, okay. She's like we absolutely love your playing. Can you play just a little bit more? But can I touch you? And I am severely weirded out at this point. But I'm like, fuck it, man. Do it for the nookie, I guess. So I'm like, sure, I guess. Just don't do nothing crazy. So this woman is like over by the front of my saxophone, like touching herself and like touching up on my shoulders and my neck. And I am, one, inebriated. I had a couple drinks. And two, incredibly uncomfortable. So I cut that off pretty quick. I'm like, it's been nice, but I really do have to go. I have a 4.5 hour drive I have to do. And she's like, okay, can I get your contact information real quick? And I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. Uh, Not thinking anything of it. Like, I'm probably never going to hear from this woman again. So I'm packing up, and we head up to the parking garage. I've got all my stuff. I've got my sound equipment. I've got my horn. I've got my stand. And I get a text from her, and she says, "Where are you?" And I'm like, leaving. I have to go." She said, "My boyfriend is waiting for you at the docks. He wants to kill you." And I am not concerned because they don't know where I'm at, but I'm like, "You sure you got the right number?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm with Scooby Doo." And first of all, I'm like, "Huh? Scooby Doo. She's with Scooby Doo. She's part of the freaking mystery squad. She's gonna go solve mysteries." Um, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like, he's waiting for you at the dock. He's gonna gut you like a pig." And I'm like, "Okay, it's it's time to get out of here." So I wrap my stuff up. I get in the car. She's like, "He said you crossed the line, and your family and I, we don't do that to family." And I'm like, "What?" So I get in the truck and we haul. And I look over to the trumpet player. Um, his name's Vito, really cool guy. I'm like, "Vito, do we have any guns in this car?" And he said, "No." I'm like, "Man, I really wish we did right now." And I show him all these texts at a red light, and he's like, "That is bonkers." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's a good thing she doesn't know where we're at." I'm like, "This woman's got to be on something. Like, got to be on something." Like, nobody like acts like that. I'm like, "First of all, you came on to me. Like, you said you got $20,